Well, I'm home for the day after a long day at the office, and it seems like a very appropriate time to wrap things up. I've wrapped up my day, so let's wrap up this series on grief and loss and just kind of review a little bit what we've discovered. There is one more step, if you will, or process that was listed in the 7. So we have gone through, reviewed, taken a look at 6 of the 7 emotions, processes, steps, stages of the grief and loss process. See if I can remember all these now. Okay, so we've got denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, guilt, and now the last one was called reconstruction. I'm not fond of that word. Put whatever label you want to on that, but I see it more of a reinvention. And throughout this process, I'm sure it's crossed your mind anyway. How do you move forward? What are you going to do next? What does your world and your life look like now that it's so different? Moving forward, reinvention, a new birthday, whatever you want to call it. But it's taking a good, honest look. I hate the shadows on here. It's a good, honest look, taking time for yourself to honestly figure out what you can do for you now. Because this is all about you and where you want to go, how you want to perceive your life, how you want to live your life, what you want to create with this new world that you are now in. So here you are, it's New Year's Day, and you can move forward in any direction you want. It's not to say that these other emotions and stages won't creep back in. They will. It's a long process for some. For others, you work through it more quickly. But whatever your pace is, the whole point of everything that we've looked at is to give yourself time. Give yourself grace, and others, because others are in this process with you too, from a different angle or perspective, and they're going to handle it much differently than you. So to give everyone some patience and time to work through this and to deal with it in their own way and their own time. The overall consensus, though, from what I've seen and researched, it falls into all those categories. And basically, it just comes down to you, to your self-care. Give yourself time, patience, eat well, meaning good nutrition, get plenty of sleep when you're able to, because that will be a process too. To get some exercise, move your body. That also moves your energy and your chi. And I know it may seem difficult, especially at first, but to socialize. Get out there and still be a part of life. Go out to lunch with your girlfriends. Go to a movie with your sisters. Whatever it may be, you still need that that interaction with other humans and other life forms. Take the dog for a walk, get out into nature, but to take care of yourself and socialize and to have your quiet time. There are energetic things, of course, you know, that you can do that we've covered too. That's your quiet time, your meditations, your journaling, but always being straight up honest with yourself. There's the use of crystals, especially the darker stones, to help keep you grounded and to absorb or kind of ward off negative energy. You don't need any more, right? If you go with a dark stone, put it in your left pocket. That will help to ground you as the energy comes in, because the left side is your receptive side. So keep it in your left pocket. Dark, smoky quartz, black obsidian, hematite. My all-time favorite is a black tourmaline. And an amethyst. That's an overall good stone for generating love and calm and peace and just all those good, very yin, calming energies. And to keep those in your pocket. And essential oils too. The lavenders, the bergamot, the eucalyptus. Even if you're just, taking a little whiff from time to time. The citrus scents will uplift you. They give you more of a lifting of the spirit versus just the calmness of it. There you have a lot of tools, but it comes down to what you're ready to work with, how you perceive it, how you want to move forward in your life, because this is about you and how you're moving forward. Where do you want to live? Do you want to keep the same job? What happened to the friend circle? Does that change? There are things for you to consider. Even though it's crossed your mind earlier in this process, there will come a time then where you will need to make decisions once the legal stuff is over, if there is any, to start to move forward, to stay positive, and to somehow, with all those tools, not to allow yourself to sink into the depression and to be swallowed by that and to wallow in it. To move forward, life goes on, you're going on, and you're such a magnificent creator. You can do so much for yourself whenever, however you want. Put it out there, put it on paper so you could go back and revisit it and remind yourself of how far you've come. There's always forward movement, a path for yourself. So take care of yourself. An analogy I heard from Jay Shetty seems to be pretty appropriate, especially now since I did touch on putting the gemstone in your pocket. He told the analogy of grief and loss being like a rock or a stone. You put it in your pocket, and initially you feel it. You can feel the weight. You can feel it knock against your leg when you walk and you move forward. It's always there. You can feel it. You're aware of it. But as time goes on, you go through your day, you go through your life, the rock, the stone, is still in your pocket. But some days it just doesn't feel like it's there. Over time, it seems to become lighter, not as obvious, it's not as intense, but it's still there. You haven't removed it, it hasn't changed its weight or size. The perception is different. You become more accustomed. Take what you will with that story, but I totally can understand that analogy. It's still there. It just transition. You perceive it differently, and you hold things differently. as you work through and process this. So wrapping up the series on grief and loss, take care of yourself. Do not lose yourself in the depression. Get out there and continue to live life and to enjoy. Remember the good times. Be thankful for bad times, the lessons that you've learned that you can garner from that. They used to say, there's always a silver lining, and there is. So take the good stuff. Well, it's all good stuff. It's never really good or bad. You just learn from it and you move forward, and you use that information to create a different life. So now that we've wrapped up the series, use the tools that I've brought you. I'm hoping they will be helpful for you. Let me know if you've used them, how they worked for you, how you've utilized them to work through the process. And hopefully this will help others move through their grief and losses too. It's not an easy time of life, but it's a great time of growth and for you to evolve. So embrace that part and grow and move forward and create a fabulous life for yourself. And as always, take good care of yourself. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't give something that you don't have. So be mindful of what you're filling your cup with love, care, generosity, kindness for yourself and for others. It just grows the more that you fill your cup and share. So until the next video, thank you so much for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, especially share this series. There is a lot of grief in the world right now, and hopefully others will find some tools useful. So until the next video, take good care of yourself, have an amazing week, and create a magnificent new you.